All right, we've talked theory, and now it's time to get our hands dirty. This is where the rubber meets the road. Today, we're moving past the principles of good prompting and actually building your toolkit, a set of essential techniques that'll help you get exactly what you want from your AI every single time.
Okay, so have you ever had this happen? You have this crystal clear idea in your mind, right? You type out your prompt, you hit enter, and what you get back is, well, it's just not it. It's that moment of frustration, that huge gap between what you wanted and what the AI actually gave you.
Yeah, it's that classic Gothic mansion problem we keep coming back to. You ask for a simple, backyard shed, and instead you get blueprints for some crazy, over-the-top castle. The thing is, the AI isn't trying to be difficult. It's just missing the crucial details, the specific instructions it needs to turn your vague idea into a sharp, precise command.
And look, the difference between explain vernal pools and that super detailed prompt on the right, well, it's night and day, isn't it? We get why the second one is better. It's clear, it's specific, but today is all about the how. We're going to break down exactly how you build a prompt like that, step by step.
So, last time we covered the principles. Today, we build the toolkit. We're going to go through just four, super practical techniques that will let you take the driver's seat and direct the AI with real skill. Ready? Let's jump into the first one. All right, technique number 1, provide context. Seriously, this might be the single most important and most overlooked part of a great prompt. So what is context? It's the why behind your what. It's all that background info, who you are, what your project is for, who you're talking to. If you don't give the AI that backstory, it's basically working in the dark.
I love this analogy. Think of it like this. Your prompt is the seed, but a seed can't just grow in midair, right? It needs good soil. Well, context is that soil. It's what allows a really great, useful response to grow. Without it, you're just going to get a bunch of weeds.
Okay, let's make this real. Look at the before. The prompt is just extract feedback. The result? User confused by variable scope. I mean, okay, not very helpful, right? But now, look at the after. We add one simple sentence of context. We're building an app for middle schoolers. Suddenly, the AI's feedback is razor sharp. It's not just that the user was confused, it's that the analogy didn't work for a middle schooler. Now that is something a developer can actually use. See the difference? That's the power of context.
Okay, so you've laid the groundwork with context. Now, we need to get more precise. Let's talk about technique number 2. Steer with keywords.
Keywords are your best friend for guiding the AI. Think of them as laser pointers. They're the specific, high-impact words you use to tell the AI, hey, pay attention to this concept or this style. Here's another great way to think about it. Your whole prompt is a boat, but the keywords, they're the rudder. Just a tiny, precise turn of that rudder can completely change your direction, steering you away from those generic, boring results and straight toward your destination.
Let's look at this. You ask for ideas about sustainability. What do you get? 10 ways to reduce your carbon footprint. Ugh, we've all seen that a million times. But watch what happens when we use sharper keywords. Soil health, carbon sequestration for a gardening audience. Boom. Suddenly you get something cool and specific, like how your backyard compost bin fights climate change. Now, that's an article I'd want to read. That's what I mean by precise steering.
All right, so we've got our stage set with context, and we're steering with keywords. Now it's time to add some rules. Let's talk about technique 3, build guardrails.
So what are guardrails? We call them constraints. These are your hard and fast rules, your non-negotiables. You're telling the AI, hey, you have to follow these boundaries. Things like the format, the word count, the tone of voice, even what to include, or, just as importantly, what not to include.
Now, a lot of people think constraints will stifle creativity, but it's actually the exact opposite. Think about a river. A river without banks is just a big, useless swamp, right? It's the banks that give it power and direction. Constraints do the exact same thing for the AI's output. They channel its power. Check this out. A simple request. Write bios. The result? A total mess. One is super long, another is formal, a third is all about their childhood dog. It's all over the place. But look what happens when we add a few simple constraints. A 75-word max, a warm tone, and a clear formula. Role, passion, hobby. Bam. You get perfectly consistent bios that you can actually use on your website. This is how you get predictable professional results.
Okay, on to our final technique for today, and this one is a real game changer, especially when things get complicated. The idea is simple. Sometimes it's just way easier to show the AI what you want instead of trying to tell it.
The fancy term for this is few-shot learning. But all it really means is you give the AI a few examples, like 1 to 5, of an input and the output you want. The AI is incredibly good at picking up on patterns, so it'll see your examples, figure out the rule, and then apply that same pattern to whatever new information you give it.
Imagine you've got a bunch of messy product descriptions. You could try to write this super long, complicated prompt explaining all the rules for how to clean them up, or you could just show it. Look here. You give it one before and after, then a second one. The AI instantly gets it. Ah, I see. You want me to pull out the wood type and put it in a bullet point. This is so good for things like formatting data, pulling out specific information, or getting the style just right.
So those are our 4 basic tools: context, keywords, constraints, and examples. Each one is useful on its own, but the real magic, the real power, comes when you start weaving them all together into one single, masterful prompt.
Let's break down this awesome prompt for a 5th grade lesson plan. See how it works? First, you've got the context. I'm a teacher, it's for 5th graders in the Northeast. Then you have the keywords, bird identification, northern cardinal. Next, the constraints. Focus on only 3 birds, keep language simple. And finally, look at that, a little mini example to show the exact kind of detail it wants for the visuals. See? All 4 techniques working together in harmony. That's what creates a truly great prompt.
So there you have it. This is your foundational toolkit. It's just 4 simple things to remember. 1. Set the stage with context. 2. Guide the focus with keywords. 3. Define the rules with constraints. And 4. When in doubt, clarify with examples. That's it. That's how you take control.
With these 4 tools in your back pocket, you're not just chatting with an AI anymore and, hoping you get lucky. You are giving clear, confident, intentional direction. You now have the basic tools to turn that idea in your head into a finished masterpiece. So, what are you going to build first? And hey, once you've gotten comfortable with these fundamentals, you're going to want to come back. Because next time, we're cranking it up a notch. We'll be diving into advanced prompting strategies that will unlock a whole new level of power from your AI. You won't want to miss it.